Do you actually understand the AI revolution that's taking place right now inside of the real estate industry? Hey, what's up, guys? Clayton Gitz here. So if you don't feel like you understand the AI revolution that's taking place inside of our real estate industry right now, by the end of this video, you will. You'll understand why it's important, why it's critical for you and I to be indexed, to be found by these new AI search engines, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Google Gemini, on and on and on, why it is mission critical for us to be found and how we can actually be found by these search engines. I'm going to walk you through that over the next few minutes today. So let's jump right in. So the agent of the future is the agent that gets, so the agent that gets found is the agent that wins, period, in the future. And you're going to understand why here in just a minute. So 18 months ago, which is not that long ago, 17% of buyers used AI to find an agent. Today, it's 67%. You know, as I was putting this this presentation together, that statistic by itself completely blew my mind, and we're just getting started. So 67% of home buyers now use AI as their primary research method before contacting an agent. 91% of US real estate agents are completely invisible. This is the key point. And again, just stay tuned. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how to become visible. In fact, if you really take this seriously, you're going to understand how agents like myself and many of the people that are in my circle now are going to are dominating their local markets and are going to dominate their local markets by becoming relevant and indexable by these search engines. So 91% of US real estate agents are completely invisible to ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and Claude today. Again, we're going to show you what that looks like. 80% plus of residential transactions will involve AI-generated agent recommendations by Q4 of 2026. I mean, this thing is moving so fast. You know, if you've been following this channel, then you know that we've shifted a little bit over the past 30 days or so. If you follow us, it's been an obvious shift. If you don't, I'm telling you, we have shifted dramatically because I'm basically giving you an inside look into everything that's happening at Mission Realty, brokered by Real here in Richmond, Virginia. We've got about 51 agents and staff that work for us today. We own a property management company. We have a capital or an investment division, and we have mortgage and title interests as well. But everything has shifted to make sure that we are indexable, that AI can find all of our various companies versus our competitors, so that we can continue to scale, maintain profitability, all the good things. So here's the scoreboard and why I think it matters more than market share right now. So let's look at the numbers. So AI search visits went from about 6 billion which is a big number, in Q1 of 2024 to 15.6 billion by Q1 of 2025, up to 27 billion by Q1 of this year, 2026. That's a 42.8% year over year jump. And here's the statistic that should really get your attention. Visitors from AI search convert at 14.2% compared to Google organic search at 2.8%. So if you've ever played this game of paying for leads, we've been doing this for 21 years, so we've bought a lot of leads over the year. We've got about, I don't know, Becca, 115,000 leads in our, we got a lot of leads in our database. And so, but the conversion is really, really low. These AI search engines, and I'm going to show you why here in just a minute, are converting at a really high clip, so 14.2%. So meanwhile, here's another statistic that really jumped out at me as we were preparing for this. 68% of Google searches now end without a single click. So think about that. Our consumers, the home buyers and sellers that we want to attract to our website, or that we want them to click where we want them to click. We actually want them to ultimately to be converted into a lead. 68% of Google searches now end without any click after that search is generated. So Google's own AI overviews are answering the questions before anyone actually visits the site. And if you're doing a lot of Google searches, then I mean, that's what I do now. I'm just looking at the AI. If I'm not doing ChatGPT or Claude searches, then I am doing Gemini is answering those questions. There's 0 clicks. They're no longer clicking to the website. Again, we're going to get into how you can change that here in just a second. So who your clients are asking and who's answering is where we are, and it's where the future is. So ChatGPT, 883 million monthly users, 61% of AI search market share, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, all have integrations inside of ChatGPT now, all 3 major portals. If you're not optimized to show up here, you're invisible by most widely used AI on the planet. Now, just let's take a pause here, and we're going to get into this in a little more detail in just a second. Why are you invisible? It's because if a consumer goes to ChatGPT and what they're doing now, what they're typing is, hey, I want the top real estate agent in Ashland, Virginia for this specific submarket of Ashland. Ashland's a market that's about 15, 20 minutes from where my wife and I live here in Glen Allen, Virginia. But the ChatGPT searches for people inside that community are long tail searches. And so what happens after that prompt? How many names come up after that prompt? How many websites come after that up after that prompt? Right now, it's a 1, 2, 3. And if you're number 1, then most likely you're going to get that lead, you're going to get that business. But if you're one of the top 3, you stand a shot at least of getting that business versus not being found at all, versus being completely irrelevant. So Google's Gemini today has about 24.8% market share. Claude is about 6% market share. This was really interesting as well. Perplexity has about 5% market share, but it converts at 6 times Google organic. So it has very small market share, but it has power users. So people that use Perplexity, they trust it for the answers that it's feeding back after they prompt it. And so these are highly educated, high intent buyers. So if I'm you, I'm listening to this, I would start with Perplexity and dominate Perplexity from an indexable search standpoint. Now, how do you do that? How do you dominate Perplexity or any other AI search engine for that matter? Again, we're going to unpack this a little bit more in just a second. But you ask Claude. Ask Claude how you can show up, how you can become more indexable with Perplexity, for example, or just go to Perplexity and ask Perplexity how you can become more indexable by that search engine when your perfect avatar, home buyers and home sellers that you want to do business with, are asking very specific questions. In fact, you can even ask Perplexity, for example, what are home buyers and sellers searching for today in Central Virginia, and you can have Perplexity create, or Claude or whoever, create automated content for you, answering the actual questions that you can have automatically uploaded to your website. We're actually, right when we're done recording this video, we're recording a video. And Becca, let's just remember to put this in the description of this video. We're going to record a video that will show you specifically how to automate content creation to your websites so that you become more indexable to all of these search engines. So that link will be in the description. Now, what happens when someone searches for an agent in your market? So we just talked about this a little bit but we want to deep dive on this because this is critical as you start to understand how to actually build this out on your own. Look, there are going to be 2 types of agents that are going to perform well, in my opinion, that are going to perform well in the very near future. Those are agents that are going to create a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today and moving forward if you follow our channel, or agents that pay for systems that are being created by people like us, by the way, that are automating a lot of this content. You'll be able to plug into technology or apps that will automate and push all of this content to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your YouTube channel. And guys, if you're not thinking that video is going to be video content is already being created by real estate agents, that is being automated to their various channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, then, and by the way, you don't even know that it's not really them. It's their AI avatar. It's their AI voice. And that the speed at which, because the content's being automated. The speed at which they're able to take over their marketplaces from a content standpoint and from an indexing standpoint is just it's truly breathtaking. So again, we're going to talk about that. So traditional Google search shows 10 blue links. That's what we're all used to, right? You search for something, appliance, real estate agent, 10 blue links, right? And then you decide, where to go from there. Typically, it's one of the top links, and then you've got Google Ads and all that good stuff. So a user either clicks or they do not. 68%, as we discussed just a minute ago, today leave without clicking because Gemini is, if they're even on Google at all now, Gemini is answering the question before they even get to the blue links. The blue links are becoming irrelevant is the point. So your SEO rank does matter. You might be on page 3 of a Google search, right? If you've not been creating content. A user opens 5 tabs and then compares, right? Maybe if they even open a tab at all, right? Now, AI search, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, AI gives one synthesized answer. It names 2 to 3 specific agents. It describes their specialty and their market. Their buyer trusts the recommendation, especially on search engines like ChatGPT and Perplexity today. There's no ranking. You're just either in or you're not. You just don't exist as far as these search engines are concerned. These are high intent. Again, 13.8% conversions, and immediate contact, right? So I would encourage you to try this right now. Pause the video, go to ChatGPT and search what are your markets, or what are the markets that you want to dominate, and search who are the top real estate agents in this market right now today. And if you're not one of the top 3, that's going to become a problem for you in the very near future, because your clients, you might be thinking to yourself, Clayton, I'm insulated because I only work by referral. Well, if you go to NAR and you just, again, go to ChatGPT and ask it, hey, what percentage of home buyers and sellers actually work with the same real estate agent that they've worked with previously? Again, you'll see, I'll give you the number, it's 20%. So even if you're like, no, my clients will never leave me, friends, the more that your clients and my clients' lives become automated, the more that they have an AI. Once we all have an AI assistant where we pick up our phone like Siri and we're like, hey, Siri, I'm thinking about selling my house at 123 Main Street here in Glen Allen, Virginia. First of all, can you put together a CMA for me that just gives me a rough idea of what my home's worth? And after that, I want to find, just out of curiosity, who are the top 3 agents in my market? I've got an agent that I've worked with in the past. It's Clayton Getz. But I want to make sure, I'm not sure that Clayton is like an expert in my market. Who are the top 3 agents in my market that are experts in selling a property right now? I just asked Siri a question, by the way. And it will spit out the top 3. And if my name's not on that list, even though they're past clients, I might not get that business because I'm not considered the expert in this market. Right? So I would encourage you to hit pause and do that. All right. So agents who started with AI visibility work early in 2025 now have 5.7 times the citation share of agents who started 12 months later. Don't worry. We're going to show you this video and the next video how you can become cited within the next 30 days. But here's the translation here. Every single month that you wait, and you sleep on this, and you're like, no, I'm insulated from all this, then you are going to fall further and further behind, because all of this content, again, is being automated. So Gartner predicted traditional search traffic would fall 25% by 2026, and it's actually tracking to that number. 61.3% of buy-side real estate searches now start with AI search engines. Again, think about that for a minute. If you're not one of the 3 agents in the market that you want to dominate, and think hyper-local, friends, like hyper-local markets, and how you can create content or have your AI agent create content to dominate that. So you don't exist if you don't show up as one of the top 3. Blue links are dead. By 2028, McKinsey projects that $750 billion in US consumer spending will flow through AI-powered search. Dramatic shift happening in our industry right now. Zillow, Redfin, and Realtor.com are all inside ChatGPT. The portals are AI first now. They've all shifted because the consumers are shifting. Now, this is something that Rebecca and I actually had to look up because we're very familiar with AEO and of course SEO, but GEO is a newer term that you need to know as you start tinkering with AI at a deeper level and asking your AI assistant to create content for you that is indexable, that allows you to be found by these search engines. So the old way of doing things was SEO. By the way, it still matters, still relevant, stay tuned. So you rank on a list of links, okay, SEO. You optimize for one engine, Google. You click through for traffic. You're a position of 1 of 10 blue links, and then keywords and backlinks. Now today you have AEO and GEO. So GEO is you get named in the answer. So my clients that are searching for a realtor, either a buyer or or a seller client, in a market that we want to dominate. This is what my marketing team is focused on right now. I'd say 60% of their time is creating this type of content for our various sites and platforms. So you get named in the answer, you optimize for all surfaces, for all AI surfaces. It's a direct trust signal, right? You're one of the top 3 in this hyper local market that is named by here's one of the reasons that the trust signals are so high on these AI engines, because people are starting to understand that they can personalize ChatGPT or they can personalize Claude. So it literally knows, my ChatGPT and my Claude. I've actually moved most of my persona over to Claude now, but my Claude knows me. I mean, and Rebecca's Claude, I think they're dating. Rebecca's Claude, my Claude, they know us really, really well. And so when we're talking to it, it's giving us information as if it already knows us. That's why the trust signals are so high on these AI search engines. So it's in or out binary. You're either in, you're either found, or you're out. You don't exist. Authority, citations matter. So what AI reads to decide who you are, and this is important. Now, again, you can pause here at any time and start to look at these different variables and start to, by the way, you can go to ChatGPT, your favorite search engine today, Claude, and have it index this entire video and create a plan for you to be able to do exactly what I'm laying out here. You can summarize it and then put a plan in place to start this automation process. Pro tip there. So, go check whether or not your Google business profile is optimized, it's current with reviews. Guys, if all of this sounds overwhelming, I just want to remind you that you can go to ChatGPT at any time and say, hey, take a look at my Google business profile. I need to know whether or not it's optimized. If it's not optimized, walk me through step by step of how to optimize it. If you want to take it a step further, you can go to Claude Code and you can give Claude Code access to your Google profile and ask Claude Code to optimize it for you. And then that's again, we're going to go deeper as we move forward in additional videos of how you can truly have an agentic, autonomous AI assistant working on your behalf while you sleep. You also want to make sure that your Zillow, your Realtor.com, your Homes.com, Redfin, you could be an affiliate on Redfin. Ask ChatGPT, for example, hey, what are you indexing? What are you, when one of my clients, a home buyer or a seller, is searching for a realtor, what are you looking at? Are you looking at Zillow profiles? Are you looking at Realtor.com profiles? The answer is yes, but you can ask them that and then have it create a plan for you to help you optimize your profile on each of these search engines. So blog posts and neighborhood guides on your own domain. Again, the next video link will be in the description. We're going to show you step by step how to automate, how to have create a marketing AI assistant that automates all of your blog creation. You can have it write 1 post for you per day at 6 o'clock in the morning, or you can have it write 10 to 15 posts for you today. Per day that an entire marketing team could not do. An entire human marketing team could not do what one AI assistant could do for you, marketing assistant could do for you today, because it doesn't sleep, it doesn't get tired, it doesn't get hungry, it doesn't get irritated with me, right? It just does. So YouTube channel and video content. Again, this is a future video that we're gonna shoot for you. That if you don't think that we are all watching videos now that that are not, they're not real. They're not real. They look like a real person. It sounds like a real person. It is not a real person. It is that good. If you're like, Clayton, no, it's not true. I know that the video that I just watched is not AI. No, you don't. No, you don't. And even if you do, 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 6 months from now, you will not. You will be able to automate content to your YouTube channel and be even further indexable by AI. Consistent NAP across all directories, and then the EEAT. So experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. You need to have all of that for these AI search engines to find you, so that again, you exist. All right. So here is your 7-step playbook. And again, you can hit pause right here, and you can take this video and the transcript, and you can upload it into ChatGPT or Claude, and you can have it create a playbook for you to be able I don't want you to be overwhelmed by any of this, because if you haven't already picked up on this, or you didn't know this already, you should start thinking of these AI engines as assistants right now. So you want to claim and optimize your Google business profile. That's step number 1. That is homework numero uno for you today. So add every single detail, get recent reviews, post updates monthly. Gemini will read this first. Now, again, when I say post updates monthly, you can have we're going to show you how you can have your marketing assistant do this for you. Number 2, you want to own your own domain plus publish local content. So an IDX site on your own domain. This is one of the things that I see a lot of, frankly, agents that have been in the business for a long time, or newer agents that just don't understand this yet, that are using their, Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker or whatever. They're using their company domain. So it would be like Clayton Gets at KW.com or Clayton Gets at ColdwellBanker.com. You get rid of that. It should be Clayton. So what it is for us, it's Clayton at MissionRealty.com, Rebecca at MissionRealty.com, right? You want to make sure that your brand, that your domain are front and center. That is critical now. We can no longer build somebody else's brand, because you don't want somebody else being one of the top 3 recommendations in AI search. So IDX search with your own domain, neighborhood guides, which we're going to show you next how to automate that, market updates, and hyper local Q&A pages that can be created for you in 2 minutes flat, and then uploaded to your website, either by you or by your AI assistant. You want to max out Zillow, Realtor.com, and Homes.com. Now, when I say max out, I mean from a profile standpoint, right? You don't have to pay for this. It's free. We checked. You can go to Zillow. If you don't have a profile, you're probably going to have a profile if you're a realtor. But if it's not optimized, if it's not complete, you want to go complete that profile today, because these AI engines are crawling all of these websites for content and to see kind of how you rank with your home sales. So just make sure that those are optimized. Number 4, you want to build a YouTube channel, friends. I mean, this is something that, listen, I have a YouTube channel. Rebecca knows this. Is it my absolute favorite thing to do? Not every day. No, it's not. But I know how important YouTube is to these search engines, and how they crawl our YouTube channel for information to find out whether or not we are relevant, but producing content that is valid, that is reliable, that is answering questions that our avatar is answering when they're lying in bed at night, right? So you got to have a YouTube channel. It's no longer, if you're going to be a real estate agent, you want to grow and scale your business, create a YouTube channel. And again, your AI can help you with that. Get listed as a top agent. So expertise.com, the Property Spark, 3 best rated. AI pulls top agent list content heavily. Our marketing team has worked really hard. Thank you, Rebecca and Sarah, if you watch this. They have worked incredibly hard to make sure that we show up as one of the top agents in our local market on all of the websites that are relevant. And again, what we're doing is we're going to ChatGPT and we're just asking it, what are you crawling? What are you indexing? Which sites are you crawling to find out which agents are relevant? And then we are focused on those websites. Consistent NAP everywhere. So same name, same address, same phone number across every directory, social profile, and platform. Inconsistency kills trust. All you have to do is go to ChatGPT and ask it for a deep search. Just say, do a deep search. Pro tip: do a deep search on my name or my brand across every platform, and let me know where our name and our address and our phone number is inconsistent across any of these platforms, and it'll just give you a spreadsheet and with a link, so you can just go there and correct it, or you can have your AI go do it for you. And then finally, number 7 of your step-by-step playbook is to automate content with AI. So you want to use Claude, ChatGPT to create blogs, social posts, email sequences consistently at scale. Next video will show you how to automate that. All right, now here's just kind of a taste. So we're not just prompting, we're building systems that work while we actually sleep. And this is why we've made such a huge pivot in our business at Mission Realty, and why we're so focused on this, because I see the future clearly, number 1, and number 2, Rebecca and I are having just a lot of fun. Like, we're having a hard time sleeping right now. Because, guys, friends, if you've ever wondered, like, man, my website kind of sucks, and man, it'd be nice if I could build a pricing page or a comparison page, or a blog or a calculator or a neighborhood page, without having to rely on my webmaster to and they're going to charge you $2,000 to create a page for you. Now you can create it in 60 seconds? Yeah, I mean 3 minutes, right? So if you can think it, you can now create it. So content creation, weekly blog posts and neighborhood guides, MLS listing descriptions in 30 seconds, email. Many of you are already doing that, by the way. If you're not doing that, then you should be doing it. And again, all of this will be automated by technology that you and I will be purchasing. We'll either be creating, which we are, or you will be purchasing, and you'll plug into something that has an MLS feed that it will automatically pull that listing in when you have a new listing, and it will automatically write that listing description for you without you even having to prompt ChatGPT. All of that, you will move too slow. You will move too slow. And you'll also, if you continue to do things the old way, then you'll continue to be if you're a busy agent, like we are, you'll continue to be overwhelmed, burn out, less present with your family. The whole, my love language is time freedom. And so I think one of the reasons I'm so excited about what we're building and what we're specifically building for our agents at Mission Realty, for all of our companies, is I want them to have more time freedom so that they can spend more time with their families. Number one. And number 2, so that they can do the things that only humans can do, and let their AI assistants do all of the other things that they can do today and that they will be able to do in the next 6 months and moving forward. Social media automation, all of this is happening right now today. Agentic AI. Now, this is the next level. So I'm just going to give you a little taste of this now. In the next video, we're going to go much deeper on agentic AI and what that means. If you don't know what agentic AI means today, agentic AI is where you give AI, like Claude Code, for example, you give it a destination. Now, again, if you're still typing into your computer, on your laptop, if you're typing prompts, I want you to stop doing that today after watching that video. And I want you to start talking. So you can use the little microphone button, or we use Whisper. I think it's called Whisper Flow, Rebecca. We use Whisper, and you just hold on the little globe icon on the left-hand side of your MacBook here, and it automatically records your voice. So I'm talking in paragraphs to my AI, and I'm giving it a destination, like, build this for me. Don't stop unless it's a critical issue. Build this for me, and then we will iterate, we will edit, and we will work together on fixing anything that's broken or doesn't look right once you've gone from A to Z. And it will build it. It will work for 4 hours. It will work for 24 hours, while you sleep, while you're with your family, while you're on vacation. So that is agentic AI, as opposed to the AI that most of us are used to. Is you log into ChatGPT and you prompt it, it gives you an answer. You give it another prompt, it gives you an answer. That's the difference between AI and agentic AI. And then operations and systems. So automated follow-up sequences, transaction coordination and checklists, recruiting and onboarding workflows, property management automation for those of you that have property management companies as we do. We have built, or we are building all of this internally today that, by the way, we'll sneak peek, that we're going to open up to all of you at a later date in the not too distant future. Now, the agents who don't understand AI aren't just slower, they are becoming irrelevant. Buyers find other agents through AI. Agents they've never met beat you to the conversation. That is just how it is now. Your content isn't indexed by AI. If your content isn't indexed by AI, you don't exist in the answer layer. Blue links are dead. Competitors who start now will have 5.7 times your AI citation share by this time next year. Zillow and the portals are already inside AI. Agents without a presence are invisible there too. Agents who act now still have first mover advantage in most markets. And finally, early AI visibility compounds. Every piece of content builds citation authority. Don't stop. After you watch this video, you can get started today. Here's the trajectory. Here's where we came from. Here's where we are today and where we're going. So in 2024, AI search was novel. You had early adopters experiment with portals, starting AI integrations. I wish I would have done it then. We didn't. 2025 is when I started playing with it. ChatGPT hits 883 million users. Zillow enters ChatGPT. GEO becomes real discipline. Here's where we are today. So 67% of buyers use AI. 91% of agents are completely invisible. It's just, Rebecca, that number just blows my mind. 91% of agents are completely invisible. All three portals, to all three portals inside of AI. You don't exist because you're not one of the three. And again, think hyper local searches. If you're just searching for homes in Richmond, Virginia, or in one of the major metropolitan areas, it's going to be a little bit harder to compete in those areas. But you can go out to all of the micro think like subdivisions, right? Small towns, popular streets. Like, you can dominate those markets today if you get started now. Here's where we're going. By 2027, $750 billion will flow through AI-powered search, and AI agents will handle the full buyer journey. Friends, what is happening today, right now, if you're familiar with companies like Fellow, Ylopo has been playing in this space for a couple of years now. Lofty has some pretty impressive AI. Real Brokerage has developed an AI-first buyer agentic agent that walks buyers through the home buying process. So literally, conversations are taking place with AI agents, and consumers they're getting more and more used to it. I will never forget when I started using, I've been doing this since 2005, and most of us as real estate agents, we know what e-showings is because they're plugged into most of the MLS portals around the country. Well, back when e-showings became a thing, I was like, this is amazing. You mean I don't have to actually talk to other realtors and then call my sellers and then call them back to say, yeah, you can show the house tomorrow at 3:00. I can just let this automated showing platform, take over. So I was an early adopter. I jumped right on it. I'll never forget this. I had agents reaching out to me saying, I should be able to call you. What are you making me go through this portal to schedule showings for? And I was like, sorry, just the way it is, because I don't want to talk to you about scheduling a showing. I have better things to do, right? And here we are today. All of that, the next step is it's going to be automated. Our buyer and sellers agents, AI agents, are going to be talking to our AI agents to schedule showings, to get the buyers pre-approved for home searches, and then ultimately will end up, based on who's using the technology at a really high level, they will end up in your CRM and as a lead for you to then work with. Oh, so exciting. Now, we're wrapping up here. So here's your 30, 60, 90-day action plan. The next 30 days, I want you to fully optimize your Google business profile, okay? Now, again, you can pause this, and if you haven't already, and just have your AI agent of choice. And I would recommend I would recommend Claude. I mean, that's what we're using. And, ChatGPT, in my opinion, ChatGPT, ladies and gents, but ChatGPT versus Claude is, Rebecca, it's a lot of our consumers, you want to be indexable by ChatGPT because a lot of our consumers are there. But from a business building standpoint, you want to be on you want to be on Claude. So fully optimize your Google business profile and follow the next steps there for your 30-day plan. Within the next 60 days, I want you to launch your YouTube channel. Okay. Again, like if you're serious about this business, you want to be a business owner and not just a realtor, then you have to launch a YouTube channel with 4 market videos in the next 60 days. Set up an AI automated social posting workflow, which again will be our next video that will show you how to do that. And then follow the next, that's the rest of your homework for the next 60 days. In the next 90 days, I want you to test your AI visibility, ask ChatGPT about agents in your city, build an agentic lead response workflow, create monthly content calendar with AI automation, start tracking AI search citations for your name, and commit to this system as a permanent business practice. Again, if this is overwhelming for you, it should not be, because your AI assistant will be able to do all of this for you, or you'll be able to plug into a system that will do all of this for you that someone else is building, like us. All right. So this is you plus AI automated, right? So you're in the middle, and all of these are your AI assistants that are writing your content, writing your blogs, listing descriptions, lead follow-up and automation, social media automation, market reports and CMAs, YouTube and video content, and so much more. Your AI assistant will handle all of these repetitive tasks. And finally, the agents who start today are going to win tomorrow. Don't wait on this. So if you don't understand that, Rebecca, what was the number? Was it up to 300 million jobs in the next 5 to 10 years? I think it's in the next 5 years, are going to be displaced because of artificial intelligence. That should give you a taste, an unfortunate taste, of how disruptive this technology is. And if you and I don't become the architects, have a deep understanding of how to utilize this, then we're going to fall behind, or you're going to be paying somebody else like us for a system that will automate all of this for you. And that's fine, because those are all coming. So listen, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Again, we have made a complete pivot. Pretty much all of the content is going to be focused on how you can run your businesses more efficiently and more profitably utilizing artificial intelligence moving forward. Friends, the future is here. We're living in it. It's super exciting. Test your AI visibility today. Start with your Google business profile this week. Follow along as we build the AI-first real estate and AI-first real estate ecosystem in real time. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time.